What's good, YouTube? It's your boy P Money. So I've been gone for a hot minute, you know what I'm saying? But we trying to get back on that grind on these YouTube videos and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So in this one, I plan on going over a wide variety of things. Sports, you know what I'm saying? Derek Chauvin, Joe Biden, boxing, NBA playoffs, and some other things as well, you know what I'm saying? But first and foremost, man, I saw the brother Underrated Darkness commented on one of my videos, and he asked me how I was doing, and just wanted to go ahead and say I've been doing good, you know what I'm saying? I've been on the grind heavy, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get things in order for myself and the family, you know what I'm saying? In terms of my jobs, them, you know what I'm saying? So I've been on it, you know what I'm saying? Things have been going very well for us over the last few months, and it's all just to hard work, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you commenting on one of my videos, and hope the same could be said for you, you know what I'm saying? I hope everything's going well for you. Also, I saw the brother Intelligence Cycle on one of my videos asking me about how I felt about the playoffs. What this playoffs has proved for me is KD is still that dude, and he's the best player in NBA, hands down. Losing Kyrie Irving was a huge loss for the Nets, you know what I'm saying? He was the only one that understood what it meant. Like, when times get tough, you know what I'm saying? James Harden, he's not that dude. And Kyrie, he understands what he needs to do to get to the pinnacle. Yeah, James Harden's been there, but he was there when he was young, and he had KD and Russ helping him out, you know what I'm saying? So, and then he wasn't even at full strength. So him playing on that hamstring, to me it seemed like he shouldn't have played, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. Gotta give Bucks their respect where it's due, you know what I'm saying? They played hard. Took them 7 to get it done, but they got it done, you know what I mean? And they just destroyed the Hawks the last game out. But the Hawks, they're going to be a huge problem. They got a lot of guys that can give you 20 or more a night, you know what I'm saying? So it's very hard to stop them, even though the Bucks just showed how to, you know what I mean? But I gotta give mad props to Trae Young. I did not see the Hawks. I thought they would actually lose to the Knicks, you know what I'm saying? I thought the physicality of the Knicks would be a little bit too much, but they got through them, and then they got through Philly as well. So mad respect to them. He's definitely the best young point guard in the game right now to me. Can facilitate with the best of them, and he's not super horrible on defense, and he's definitely clutch already. For my Blazers, horrible season to me, you know what I'm saying? I had very high expectations for them. You could tell that it seemed like there was a lot of kind of issues going on internally a little bit, you know, with some of the players and the coach. It kind of reared itself a couple of times, and ended up getting Terry Stotts fired. It's looking like Chauncey Billups is going to be the next head coach of the Blazers, and I'm actually mad excited about that. I do believe that Chauncey Billups is going to bring a huge and different dynamic on both sides of the basketball that the Blazers haven't seen in 9 years now, you know what I'm saying? I think a lot of complacency went on with the Blazers, and not as much accountability. They didn't have that, you know what I'm saying? but I believe Billups will come in and command that respect, and all the players will listen to him because he's a champion. You know what I'm saying? One of the best guys, I think, for the job for the Blazers. You know what I'm saying? And I think Blazers are gonna do something serious in terms of a trade. I do believe that CJ's finally gonna get traded, but I just don't know who for yet. I keep hearing Ben Simmons, and I've seen one that I actually like a lot, where we get Ben Simmons, or not Ben Simmons, but we get Miles Turner, and I believe Justin Holiday for CJ McCollum, and maybe another guy. You know what I'm saying? And maybe even a first round pick or something like that. And we probably would have to move Nurk doing that, you know what I'm saying? Because we can't have two centers. And at this point, I think Turner's a little bit better than Nurk in terms of offense and defense. You know what I mean? He's, you know, kind of what he's going to give you on a nightly basis. Whereas Nurk on the offensive end, you just don't know, you know what I'm saying? And Turner can actually hit some threes, you know what I'm saying? So he can space that floor for the Blazers like Nurk can't, you know? These playoffs in the West have been pretty good, you know what I'm saying? Definitely the Phoenix Suns have surprised me big time this year. I didn't know what they would look like. I knew what CP could do, but he's been out a couple of games and they just look like they haven't missed a beat, you know what I'm saying? They just won tonight. I think it was 84-80, so very tight game, you know what I'm saying? So shouts out to the Suns, man, 3-1, and it's looking like they're about to go to the finals, you know what I mean? And after game one of the Bucks and the Hawks, it looked like the Hawks could get these guys, but who knows? I mean, they got what they wanted. They did steal one, so we'll see how it looks when they go over to the Hawks stadium, you know what I'm saying? Man, so for me, what I've been doing lately, work, you know what I'm saying? Right now we've been building like crazy, new homes all over Tucson right now, you know what I'm saying? And right now I'm trying to get back into college, finish out my degree so I can definitely get in on some of this money being made in that industry, you know what I'm saying? Construction. It's just insane right now. Finally, I've gotten the military to get off their ass and pay me what they owe me, you know what I'm saying? So it's starting to come along, you know what I mean? Just blessing after blessing, you know what I'm saying? And definitely good to see, because last year was pretty crazy, and it was very intense once COVID hit, you know what I'm saying? The son had it. A couple of my wife's patients, they had it and passed away, and she's still looking for a patient right now, but luckily she's been able to get stick with what she's doing, and we're just in a good spot, you know what I mean? Without saying too much more. Yeah, just what's happening in the community, man. This shit is crazy. I just saw the other day a video, actually that was today that I saw that video of a 9-year-old little girl complaining about BLM, you know, in the school, a poster in the school talking about they're not supposed to show no politics. And she played a little bit of politics herself, saying that, well, if you won't take that down, then I'm not going to wear a mask at school. Like, just all the talking points that your suspected white supremacists love using It just looked like it was very much written by one of those white supremacists, you know what I mean? And they gave it to her. Just disgusting, you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy what's been going on, you know? It's funny that a little white girl can go up and speak like that, whereas a black girl her age would never be able to do that, you know what I'm saying? Because they have to worry about things like maybe potentially being shot by the police, you know what I'm saying? Or getting taken out like that young kid almost did by that Asian man, you know what I'm saying? Just disgusting stuff. And it's time for these motherfuckers to pay the reparations that are owed to our people, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just too much bullshit that black people, man and woman, and young boy and young girl have to go through on a daily basis from this country, you know what I'm saying? It's time. So they need to stop playing around and go ahead and give us the reparations that are owed, period. Because like racism and white supremacy is in almost every facet of our lives, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that these motherfuckers can't pay what they owe when they're giving all of these countries billions of dollars yearly, daily. They're like right now, they're giving Israel $10 million a day. You know what I'm saying? And you mean to tell me that you can't go ahead and reallocate some of those funds that you give to all these other countries to black people? You know what I'm saying? I mean, they gave Asians reparations for things that white folks did to them. You know what I'm saying? Like that mass shooter, you know what I'm saying, at the spas in, what was that, Atlanta, I think? The white dude just going on a killing spree at all these different spas. That's not black people, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Black people are dealing with Asians all the time, messing them up. It's just disgusting to me, you know what I'm saying? And something definitely needs to change, because I definitely don't like what I'm seeing. And along with those reparations, they need to go ahead and start the eradication of racism and white supremacy as it is now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it's gonna erase it totally, because we already know that these motherfuckers ain't gonna change the way that they are. But there will be consequences. There should be consequences in law that makes it a federal offense for the motherfuckers to be messing with black people like they do. You know what I'm saying? And the time is now. Joe Biden, Jim Crow Joe is on the clock. You know what I'm saying? He ended up signing that crime bill just right before they decided to go ahead and sentence Derek Chauvin to 22 and a half years. You know what I'm saying? And could that crime bill somehow, some way, there's some wording in there that might help his suspected white supremacist ass? You know what I'm saying? Could there be? Because what he did was just disgusting as well. You know what I mean? Just unbelievable, the type of tactics that these suspected white supremacists are using against our people on a daily basis. I just get tired of seeing it, you know what I mean? It's just disgusting to me, the level of confidence that these people have in doing the things that they do to our people. You know what I mean? And then they act as if we're all foolish and not understanding what they've been doing. You know what I mean? When that's definitely not the case. And I've seen it go on for too long. And it's just definitely time for these motherfuckers to pay for their actions. You know what I mean? Just like over here in Phoenix, they had that stupid white nationalist movement. They came up over to Phoenix, ended up not getting like a permit for one of the parks, so they ended up going to the park. I think it's called Lakeland Park or East Lake Park or something like that, and that's like a very significant black park. You know what I'm saying? They've held a lot of different festivals, you know what I'm saying, on Juneteenth, things of that nature, and he just so happened to go in that area, you know what I'm saying, all because the state decided not to give them the permit to the park that they wanted to go to. They let him go ahead and carry on his rhetoric, his white supremacist rhetoric, in the black area. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of black families that live there, so of course they would do that. You know what I mean? Just dump them on the black people. You know what I'm saying? And he ended up trying to pull a gun out on a couple of brothers, and they ended up leaving the scene, coming back, and that guy, I guess like a witness, called the police because they saw the whole thing go down. You know what I'm saying? Obviously the brothers left because they probably went to go get the steel. You know what I mean? Because the white supremacist man had his gun pointed out at him. You know what I'm saying? And it seemed like they were going to handle business, but the police were already there. They got the stories from the two brothers, you know what I'm saying? And they locked that racist bastard up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's still in. I haven't seen any other stories about that. But these motherfuckers is trying to wage war on us in all types of ways, you know what I mean? So we definitely got to be cognizant and watch out for these people, you know what I mean? You see all these Karens going insane everywhere, all around America. I feel like every day I open up the YouTube app and I see a Karen going crazy, you know what I mean? So definitely got to be on our P's and Q's and practice that Second Amendment right, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a must right now, you know? And then also the Capitol riot, man. The people just getting slaps on the wrist. Absolutely disgusting to me. You know what I'm saying? Like the military, there was a lot of military people there, a lot of law enforcement there. And that's why they're getting slaps on the wrist, you know what I'm saying? It just goes right back to that whole thing where law enforcement can get away with doing whatever they want to do, you know what I'm saying? And they're showing and proving with this Capitol riot nonsense, you know? Nobody's really getting charged very long. It's just insanely crazy to me that white folks can go up into a building that's supposed to be heavily, you know, secured. Nobody really knows about it, you know what I mean? Like, that's very crazy to me that that was able to happen. And it's just proof that these suspected white supremacists have crept up into like the upper echelons of, you know, the Capitol, the White House, and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? And that shit needs to go, man. That shit needs to go. It's definitely not something that I like seeing at all. Being an Air Force veteran, you know what I'm saying? The military has a lot of issues itself, you know what I'm saying, with this same issue with racism and white supremacy. I went and dealt with it many a time, you know what I'm saying? And while I confronted it as best as I could head on, I was only one person in a system that had pretty much everybody work against me, you know what I mean? They couldn't get me the way they wanted to, you know what I'm saying? And now they're paying me what they owe me, you know what I'm saying? It only took them almost 8 years to get that to me, but You know, I got it. And that's all that matters right now. For boxing, huge night tonight, man, in terms of boxing. You know, go with Loma versus Nakatani. Loma was busting Nakatani up, busted up both of his eyes. Dude couldn't see. Man, ended up getting him up out of there in the 9th round by TKO. You know what I'm saying? So salute to Loma. Looked pretty good out there. Also, Tank versus Barrios. Tank looked like he had a little bit of issues with the height at first. In the first, I'd say maybe 3.5, 4 rounds, you know what I'm saying? Then he started, you know, breaking him down, started breaking Barrios down, you know what I'm saying? He was starting to land a little bit better, you know what I mean? Barrios definitely felt the power early, so he was staying on his P's and Q's as best as he could early. But that's not his style of fighting, you know what I'm saying? He's not a counter-punching type guy like that. He's a guy that likes to throw a lot of punches in bunches, and he wasn't doing that tonight because he knew he couldn't do it. And Tank showed improved Mario Barrios why he couldn't be you know, lazy on nothing, and ended up getting that 11th round stoppage because the ref just seen enough, you know what I mean? He was busting Barrios down, you know. So shouts out to both of those fighters, man, Tank and Loma. And could that be a setup for those two to face off against each other later on down the road? Or is Loma gonna end up getting that rematch with Lopez, because his dad was in attendance, you know what I'm saying? So that could be the route that they go. That's why I seen at the post-fight, Tank, Leonard Ellaby, and Floyd, they didn't really know what direction they were gonna go, you know what I'm saying? They got a lot of options, so it's hard to say where they're gonna go. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing those two fighters hopefully fight finally, you know what I'm saying? I think Tank will destroy Loma right now, you know what I'm saying? Loma was getting a little messed up with the body shots that Nakatani was landing when he was throwing, but yeah, he didn't like those body shots. And Tank will destroy that body, you know what I'm saying? And then it ended up going up to the head. I could see Tank laying him down or just stopping him to the body, you know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be a tough night for Loma, and he's not gonna have the power to stop Tank from coming forward, you know what I'm saying? So I could see Tank stalking him by like the 5th or 6th round and getting him up out of there by like 8, you know what I'm saying? Another fight that I'm looking forward to, Jermell Charlo versus Brian Castano for Undisputed. Huge fight, you know what I'm saying? I obviously got Jermell Charlo, but Castano ain't a pushover, you know what I'm saying? He's a pretty gifted fighter, but I do believe that Jermell will get him up out of there late, around probably the 10th round or so, I would say. Also, another fight, Wilder versus Fury 3. Definitely looking forward to that. I definitely got to see the press conference. I liked Wilder's demeanor, you know what I'm saying? Don't let Fury get up in your head, have you know, not thinking about what needs to happen, and that's that stoppage, you know what I mean? I think Fury looked a lot like very shook in that face off, you know what I'm saying? But of course none of that matters, but psychologically for Wilder, I think that matters a lot, you know what I mean? Going into that fight with that type of, you know, momentum, you know, I think he won that press conference in my opinion, even though he ain't say nothing. But that's pretty much all I got, man. It's been a hot minute, you know what I'm saying? So I had to let this one ride, you know what I'm saying? But this is your boy P Money. For all the supporters, I appreciate y'all. For all the haters, I appreciate you as well, because you make me do it more. And I'm off this.